For those of you who have been following me, I am a lifetime narcissist childhood abuse survivor since the age of 5. Oh, excuse my boots. They're so old, but I don't want to give them up, and I don't have the money to go get a new pair. But I wanted to talk to you about how narcissists are made, because there's multiple different ways narcissists are made, and it took me a long time to look at that and see the difference in the patterns that I saw in the different relationships that I had throughout my life, that including my ex-husband and his family as well. So it's definitely a pattern to it. Narcissists, the short truth really is narcissists are formed through chronic emotional injury combined with survival-based adaptation. The most common roots, severe emotional neglect. A child's emotional needs are ignored, minimized, or mocked. Love is conditional, perform, please, impress, or be invisible. To survive, they build a false sense of self that gets approval. Overvaluation without attunement. So basically, the child is told they're special, superior, or destined for greatness, but their emotions are not actually understood or mirrored. Praise is about image, not connection, so they grow up believing that I must be exceptional to deserve love. Any threat to that image feels like an annihilation to them. Inconsistent or chaotic caregiving. Love one day, withdraw the next. Affection is unpredictable. Punishment or coldness comes without explanation. The child becomes hypervigilant. They learn control because safety never existed. I really stopped and read this one because I thought, oh my God, do I have narcissistic traits? And because of my abuse as a child, I thought, I had to go into myself and regulate my own emotions and learn how to do self-regulation and fight or flight mode the whole time since I was 5, since I started getting abused. But then I was reading on it because I'm more of an anxious attachment. Now, every one of us has some form of narcissism. You know why? Because we want validation, we have self-confidence, and that's healthy. That's healthy. That's not abusive or from being neglected or from being abused. It's just that everybody does carry a narcissistic trait because, after all, when we do something, we want to be validated that we did something, right? So that is a form of narcissism, but you could be healthy. So as long as you recognize not to be greedy or selfish or self-imposed, then you're healthy about it. But I really panicked thinking that I had this, but everybody has narcissistic traits. Mine was just different. I went introverted and had to build on my own emotions. I wasn't allowed to express them or anything whatsoever. So narcissists also have shame-based environments, criticism instead of guidance, humiliation instead of connection, being blamed for adult problems. Shame gets buried, not healed, and later comes out as arrogance, contempt, or cruelty. And narcissists can be extremely cruel when they're triggered. So be very leery of that and just really watch and be mindful of who you're with. Trauma and emotional repair, abuse, abandonment, or major loss without a safe adult to help process it. The nervous system stays stuck in like a defense mode. It's like the fight mode, rage, dominance, the flight mode, emotional withdrawal, freeze is the emptiness, and fawning is manipulation and charm. So not only people who are being abused fawn just to keep the peace, but narcissists fawn as well because they want to try to manipulate you and charm you, love bomb you. What narcissist really is under the mask: no confidence, no self-love. It's a fragile self-concept, terror of shame, terror of being ordinary, terror of being seen. The grandiosity, entitlement, and lack of empathy are protected armor, so they don't show any emotions whatsoever. They may pretend to, but you don't see them cry. They literally chuckle when they go by if they're trying to hurt you. They think it's funny. They think that teasing you so bad that it makes you cry is funny. They don't have those emotions to regulate that something's wrong that they're doing. I mean, my last narcissist that I left before I had to break the trauma bond from narcissism, we would horseplay around, and he would start getting so physically aggressive on the couch, and he would literally stick his elbow and his arm up and stick it into my chest or my throat so I couldn't move. Thankfully, I was able to jump up and fight back and tell him, stop doing that. It's hurting. It hurts me. And he would laugh it off. So important distinctions are: not everyone with trauma becomes a narcissist. Well, what tips in that direction is no accountability. If they don't take accountability for the actions and they blame other people, scapegoat, they blame others for what's going on. No emotional mirroring, no safe repair after their harm, reinforcement of the false self. Now, for me, anxious attachment is driven by a fear of abandonment, whereas a narcissist is marked by a lack of empathy and a need to feel superior, even if that superiority is fragile and covert. However, anxious attachment styles and narcissists have similar traumas and wounds. So we both may have had the same or similar traumas in our life, but we went different directions. So it's the same but different. And there's multiple ways you can go. Introverted like I did, because I was isolated so long. So I never spoke out. And no one ever told me that I was good or nothing. I don't even know if they told me they loved me. I don't remember that. I had to fight for love. I was always searching for it and fighting for it and never got it. Whereas the narcissist is very grandiose, been told how perfect they are their whole life and they've never made a mistake. They're never held accountable for what they do wrong, nor do they earn anything. It's just given to them. Now, I'm not saying everybody is that way, but it does happen. I know that every person carries or possesses some degree of narcissistic traits. A healthy amount, like I said, of narcissism is necessary to feel good about ourselves, maintain confidence, and pursue our goals. This was noted by Psychology Today. They're really good. So I just wanted to give you guys some more definitions about narcissists and narcissism itself. It is extremely, you don't know you're in it. If you grew up in it, you don't know you're in it. You have no idea you're in a pattern, in a cycle. You have no idea. And once I started breaking that bond, 19 months ago, actually, it was like, what? I didn't even know there was another way because I had never seen or been in another way or environment. My pattern was to bounce from, I went from one husband, for my first husband, who cheated on me our wedding day while I was pregnant with our daughter, and I left him within the year. And then I went into a marriage where he was very, I want to say narcissistic in the fact that he wasn't like huge in grandiosity, but he had very big narcissistic traits coming from a well-influenced and like a very high prominent family in our city. So he was always given whatever he needed too. Yes, he had to work, but it not the same way. Like he thought everything was going to be given to him as well. And then after that, I went into my last relationship with a narcissist, and he did not want to work at all. He was trying to find every reason. They fake injuries, they fake things so that they don't have to work and everybody feels sorry for him. Well, I did. I was the sucker at first that did. But then I started breaking away from that and getting really sick because I knew, at the time I didn't know I was starting to break the trauma bond until after I left him. But I knew something was wrong. I knew that how can someone not take accountability for what they're doing wrong and they continue to do it? And so it's very hard. There's so much involved. But as I go through all this, I'll be given tips and things to look out for narcissistic behaviors, as well as avoidant behaviors, anxious attachment behaviors, anything that anybody would like to, ask me, I'm more than willing to answer the best I can. I can only give you my testimony. I know what all the doctors say. I know what all the gurus say. But here's the thing. This is a full circle moment for me from when I was young and going out after being abused into nature and healing from each episode that happened to me. And here I am 19 months later, right back out in nature, and nature is healing me. And I am so happy. I can't even describe to you how happy I am. And I feel good. I'm still learning to be like content with myself. I'm learning to come out of fight and flight mode. My nervous system I still wake up at night. I still do. And I will tell you, I have decided to go the non-medication route. And I do take 5 milligrams of a THC gummy at night to help me rest. It has been amazing. It is a plant. It was here long before anybody else. People and indigenous people and way back in the day have been using it as a healing medication and for other rituals and things that they do. But for me, it's working for me so far. Now, do I take it every night? No, I don't. Some nights I'm really tired and other nights that I need it. But I am still only sleeping a few hours a night. I'm still having like just off and on things, little things that are still affecting me right now. But overall, I'm doing super well and I'm super happy to have broke that and broke out of that cycle and pattern in my life. And I hope all of you have a really blessed day.